It's a matter of fact that if you bring Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, and Meryl Streep all together for a film, I'm gonna go and watch it. It could be the fucking Emoji Movie sequel, and I would still fork out my hard-earned cash to go and see this, because you know what the one thing they all have in common is? Quality. Which is a funny thing, because there's a line in this film where Meryl Streep says, quality and profitability go hand in hand. Kind of feels like the writers were a little bit on the nose when they came up with that line, but yeah, it certainly does apply. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about The Post, which is directed by Steven Spielberg and was written by Liz Hannah and Josh Singer. Josh Singer is the guy that wrote or co-wrote the script for Spotlight and ended up winning an Oscar for. And like Spotlight, this is another film which is all about journalism and the power of the press. This film is set in 1970s America and is set around two people. Ben Bradlee, who is the editor of the Washington Post and is played by Tom Hanks, and Katharine Graham, who is the paper's publisher, who is played by Meryl Streep. Katharine inherited the company from her late husband, and it's obvious that plenty of her male subordinates think that she's unqualified for this role. Anyway, she's put to the test when Ben's reporters are given a copy of the Pentagon Papers, and these are top secret documents from the White House which disclose the details about the progress about the Vietnam War, and they're riddled with lies. Now, the Times newspaper has also received a copy of these documents, but they have received an injunction from President Nixon restricting them from publishing any of this classified sensitive information. So the Washington Post, which Katharine Graham owns, could face federal charges if they publish this information. Steven Spielberg's direction in this film is so taut that he makes a film that consists mostly of conversations behind closed doors so incredibly riveting. This is such a talky film, but it's not at all boring. The stakes feel incredibly high, and you can feel the compression in Streep's performance as she tries to make this decision. Tom Hanks' Ben Bradlee is sardonic, and he's a firm believer in the press freedom to publish. He says we have to be a check on their power. If we don't, who will? But Katharine's lawyers and advisors make some logical arguments about the dangers of exposing the Nixon regime's darkest secrets. Spielberg uses a lot of shots of machinery and moving printing parts in order to give the film that slick assembly line look, but it works in such synchronicity with this scene where multiple characters are on the phone, including Ben and Katharine, trying to decide whether to publish or not. Every camera move, every edit, every reaction is so polished and well timed. It flows with such veracity that it made me sit up in the cinema, and I was on the edge of my seat while Streep was trying to decide what to do. Both Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks are great here. It's baffling to think that these two have never shared a screen together before, but their first scene where they're sharing this breakfast has so few cuts. It's like Spielberg knew what he had and he wanted to give the audience a little treat, so he lets these two acting giants just do their thing and interact. And you can tell that Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks really do listen to each other when they're acting. Aspiring actors should watch this scene in order to learn a lesson from two greats doing what they do best. My only negatives for this film is that it does feel a little bit self-congratulatory in its ending. It's a little bit cloying that the film feels the need to give itself a pat on the back. I didn't think that was necessary. And even though it's a Best Picture nominee for the Academy Awards, it does feel a little bit safe. It's not exactly mind-blowing, but it is well crafted. It's not difficult to feel the relevance of this film in today's current political American climate. With Donald Trump restricting journalistic powers and all this talk of fake news, it's easy to see the echoes of history repeating itself. So this film feels very topical and will resonate with a modern audience. Spielberg's direction feels urgent and swift. John Williams' score has a certain espionage quality about it. In the scene where they're uncovering the documents at the beginning of the film, it kind of reminded me of the opening music from Catch Me If You Can. Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks are in top form, and they're backed up by a faultless supporting cast, which includes Bruce Greenwood, Bob Odenkirk, Sarah Paulson, David Cross, Jesse Plemons, and Alison Brie. It's a very dialogue-heavy film, but if you're a fan of films like Spotlight or A Few Good Men, then I think you're going to love this. I really did enjoy watching The Post. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to watch it again, but there's no denying that it is amazingly crafted, even if it doesn't leave me floored. So I'm going to give The Post an 8 out of 10. So my quick question for you today, guys, is what is your dream team combo? Now that we've had Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, and Steven Spielberg together, who else would you like to see combined to make a movie? For me, I would love to see a film that has Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence in it. Just the idea of that just sounds like awesome squared. Give me what I want, Hollywood! Whatever you think, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and if you do like these videos, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.